Red, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, my name is Red. I started a charity out of the free time that I had to help the homeless and those that are living in the encampments, in the shelters, and all throughout our systems here in Kingston. Um, it literally started with me driving by because my voting station changed, and I looked and went, wow, somebody needs to do something. So it started with my closet and my dad's closet, and then I made a Facebook page called Red's Rack. I was that annoying person in all the free groups for a while, posting like what was needed and all that. And then now I have people that follow my page, so I can post just on my page what's most needed. And we have their two drop off spots, their porch drop offs that can be accessed at any time. 569 Elmhurst Court and 62 Cowdy Street. It's the best way for people to get things to people that truly need it and have it stay local without it being sold, etc.
Great. So, can you tell me a little bit about your cause and why you got started on with this?
I got started with this because it touched close to home. I was bullied really badly growing up, and I have PTSD, anxiety, depression, lots of things that a lot of these folks go through. I've had many bad situations in my own life, and I understand the toll that that takes on you, and I understand the things that are these people are dealing with, but not getting help for. Um, it's about kindness. These people deserve kindness, and their voice has been taken from them. So I will be the voice until somebody listens.
So, you help the people in need. Do you consider any of these people as friends?
Of course, I've had some of them with us at Christmas. I go down on birthdays. My kids decorate cupcakes for them on birthdays. Today we took cakes down because it was somebody's birthday. We are a street family. This community is tightly looks after each other, and they've welcomed me into it.
I'm sure you've heard a lot of horror stories about things that went on or go on in those
There's
shelters
been a
and
lot
what
of
those
horror stories that
and
people don't hear about in the shelters, in the encampments, etc. I know that one time there was girls getting bags put over their head, dragged into trees, and having things happen to them that were not good. Nobody looked into it. It was happening to a bunch of the girls. I know people that literally can't get housing because they've had charges and then were falsely accused. The charges were dropped, but if you Google them, like landlords do, the charges still show up in the Google ads of, oh, this person had this happen. Now she can't get housing. She didn't even do what she was accused of. So it's just there's so many tragic stories that people don't hear. They don't hear about the people who are reaching out for help before tragic accidents or tragic murders and stuff are happening. They are reaching out for mental health. I know this has nothing to do with the encampment, but another person has gone and asked for help, a young person, and they didn't help them. They were turned away and they died. It's tragic to see the things that happen, and just even more tragic to see the community, not all of the community, but a select portion of the community's response to how they treat these people. I know of a situation where teenagers were throwing drinks on homeless people here in Kingston just for fun. Um, People treat them worse than they would treat animals. It is horrific. Just some of the things you see happening because they have nowhere to go. But that doesn't mean they're bad people. Some of them are just there because of the excessive price of rent. I know that if I was to be a renter right now instead of a homeowner, I would have to live with at least three people and my kids because the prices are so high. It's so hard to get a spot. And if you are a person that has been bounced around because of the life you lived, no one wants to rent to them. So then they're left on the street. We're not having enough public funded housing, so no one can get off the street. It's like a horrible cycle. And then everyone's complaining about the drug use and the mental health. Well, if there's no implemented mental health resources, community workers that aren't scared to go and deal with these people, if there's no public rehabs, all this kind of stuff is not happening. So we're kind of leaving them out to dry, and we kick the homeless people when they're down a lot.
So, what do you feel they need most to get back get their life back and get on track?
Nothing can start without food, shelter, and like essentials. You can't switch your life on the street. It's not going to happen. People are using to cope with the situation they're in. They're using to cope to deal with trauma that's they're not getting help with. They're using to cope just to get through the day. A lot of them cover up mental health issues because they don't have the best access to doctors. They don't have the best outreach for that. So they use to cover that up. Not everyone that's at a shelter uses. Not everyone that's there is there because, as people say, it was their choice. That is my worst phrase. I do not like when people say, well, it's their choice, they're on the street. That's not the case.
Do you think they have a chance at a normal life with a proper support system and a roof over their head?
If we switched things and the way things are working, they definitely could recover, change their lives. I've personally seen it at the shelter I work at. We have this thing called transitional housing. So they start in shelter, then they move to a different location, which is more of a small apartment. Then they can move to another, if they work the program properly, can move into one that they can stay in for up to 1 to 4 years. This system is working well. We're helping people recover from their drug addictions. We're helping people get back into work. We're building back their self-esteem, their confidence, and just it's able to work if the proper policies and things change to help these people.
Okay, great. Do you have anything else you want to talk about?
This is what I do to help. We take the clothes, we take supplies, we set up tables at the different locations. I spread it through different shelters, toiletries, everything, because there's so many people on the street and the shelters are so overcrowded. There's not enough support. There's not enough beds. There's nothing. So we take our tables down and we have a free shopping experience. That's what we're about because they still deserve kindness. They still need food and they still need clothes.
What's the easiest way for people to learn about your cause or offer you support?
The best way to learn about my cause or offer support is to follow my Facebook page, which is called Red's Rack, as in like rolling rack. And that's the best way to reach out to me. I try to answer messages as fast as I can. And I always keep a list of what's needed. The community outreach or like support right now has been amazing. And it's incredible to see the homeless community is so appreciative of everything that is happening right now to help them because they're really seeing there's people like me that are out there volunteering their time. There's staff that are out there. There's not a lot that are out there. Just these organizations like myself, Community Friends in Motion, all these things. We're all volunteers. Where's the other people? Nobody else is.
We need
around.
more. We need more
we
people.
Need more people, more community services, more things. Personally, I would love to run this so it could be a thing that happens all the time. I would love it, but I need a warehouse or a shop because I use my dad's garage, who he no longer gets to park in because this is more important right now. We always do it in the rain, the cold. If they're out there, we're out there. And the fact that they see that, it's compassion.
Mm-hmm.
They need to know people care.
We really appreciate everything you do. And thanks for your interview. Thanks for taking the time to meet with us.
Thank you so much.
You're a great human.
Thank you so much.
Okay.